Hey, this is Camera 3123, and I'm doing a deck profile for my Synchro deck. I wouldn't call it a tournament-winning deck, but it's certainly fun. I have 3 Cobalt Hedgehogs. Pretty much the heart of the deck. They're able to bring themselves back from the graveyard if I control a tuner on my side of the field, and if they get removed from the field after that, they get removed from play. But I have something to stop that from happening. Next off is Tuningware. It's it really helps me speed up the deck. It's a level 1 monster that can be a level 2 for synchro summoning. And when it gets sent to the graveyard by for the synchro summon of a monster, I get to draw a card. Junk Synchron, run 3 of these. They're able to bring back a level 2 or lower monster from my graveyard back to the other side of the field, and its effect is negated while it's on the field. So I can bring back a Tuningware and use it for synchro summoning, but I'll still be able to draw a card because it gets sent, that ability activates in the graveyard. 2 Dandelions, just really good because they generate tokens. I run Turbo Elements, Hand Destruction, so I send them to the graveyard, get my 2 tokens, and I use those 2 tokens usually for synchro material. Next off, Cyber Dragon, the second strongest card in my deck. I run it just so I can able to synchro for like an 8 or maybe a 9 really quickly. Next off, Quick Draw Synchron. Since I run the Dandelions, it goes perfect with the Quick Draw. 1 Cannon Soldier. I run the Cobalt Hedgehogs with Imperial Iron Wall, so it's an infinite loop. I can do the OTK with this card. Hyper Synchron, level 4 tuner. It's not the best level 4 tuner, but since I run Imperial Iron Wall, I can Synchro Summon for like a Stardust, and it'll get an 800 point increase, but usually it'll get removed at the end of the turn. Since Imperial Iron Wall is on the field, it just stays at 3,300. Or if I get a Red Dragon Archfiend, then that's 3,800. Delta Flyer, it's able to take any monster on the field and increase this level by 1, and it's a level 3 tuner itself. I usually use it on Debris Dragon, since Debris Dragon requires the other monsters it uses to be less than level 4. Then Debris Dragon, able to special summon a monster from the graveyard with 500 attack or less, and like I said before, the other monsters that it uses cannot be level 4, and it can only be used for the synchro summon of a dragon, I believe. Next up is Plague Bearer Zombie. I'm able to recycle this card many times due to Imperial Iron Wall, so it's a really good tuner for this deck. Sangan is able to search out pretty much every single one of my monsters in this deck except for maybe 2. Morphing Jar. It allows me to reload my hand. Perfect, because I'm usually blowing right through it to keep on synchro summoning real fast. And then the strongest card in my deck, and a new addition, Obelisk Tormentor, because I just got it. With the Cobalt Hedgehogs, I can easily throw 3 of them in the graveyard fairly quickly in this deck, and then I'll just bring all 3 of them back, and then distribute all 3 of them just for an Obelisk. Really easy to bring out in this deck. Then I have Pot of Avarice. Since I'm always going through my monsters really quickly, it allows me to take some of my cards I want to reuse again, throw them back in the deck, and then draw 2 cards. Helps speed up the deck. Then Hand Destruction. Send 2 cards from my hand to the graveyard, and then each player sends 2 cards from their hand to the graveyard, and then they both get to draw 2 cards. Great for speeding up my deck. Scapegoat. They're not really shields at all in this deck. I usually use them for synchro material, but they could be shields. Bring 4 tokens to the field. That's nice. Enemy Controller. I can tribute a monster to take control of one of my opponent's monsters, or I can just change the position of one of my opponent's monsters. I usually do the take control because I run lots of token generating or the Quill Bolt, and then you can use that monster I just took from my opponent as synchro material. My control, same thing. Take my opponent's monsters for synchro material. Monster Reborn, staple card. Dark Hole, staple card. Giant Trune, I don't really need it in this deck, but I like to run it just in case something happens. I could go for the a final hit, and I'm just afraid of my opponent's backfield. 3 Reckless Greeds. Speeding up the deck again. Usually the skipping 2 draw phase thing never really hinders me because I run enough drawing power in this deck to really override that. And then the card that helps the deck stay focused is Imperial Iron Wall. No cards can be removed from play. Unbelievably, this card has actually hurt decks more than I thought that would actually help decks. Facing Dark Arm Dragon, they bring it out, and then I'll be like, no, Imperial Iron Wall, you can't even do it. Or, Bottomless Trap Hole, my monster still gets destroyed, but I have the ability to now Pot of Avarice it back into my Synchro pile or my deck. So it's a really good card for this deck. And then, Torrential Tribute, everybody knows what it does. Scrub Raid. No, not many people. I've never really seen many people use this card. I kind of like it. It's I can send one card, any card, on my side of the field, except for itself, to end the battle phase. I use that effect a lot. Since I run the infinite loop with Quill Bolts, I can just bring a Quill Bolt to the field, and then when my opponent tries to attack the next turn, send it to the graveyard to end the battle phase, then bring it right back during my turn. Call the Hunted, gets back monsters, and the last card is Solemn Judgment. Just for protection. Since this is a synchro deck, I have lots and lots of possibilities to synchro summon. So I run more than 15 cards in my extra deck. But since I never run this deck in an official tournament of any sort, my friends just let me use a bigger extra deck than usual. But I never use more than 15 synchro monsters in one duel. First off, 2 Junk Destroyers. Since I run Junk Synchron, it's great to run the Destroyers because they're beautiful. 2 Magical Androids. I actually bring these out a lot, also due to Junk Synchron, because he's pretty much an automatic tune for 5 if you have a Quill Bolt in the graveyard. Thought Ruler Archfiend, just good card. Protects itself by paying $1,000. Scrap Archfiend, not really needed, just kind of threw it in there. Just 2,700 beat stick, not bad. Junk Archer, I never really bring it out, and most of the time there's absolutely no need or even a use for it because I run Imperial Iron Wall, but I've actually used it before. Drill Warrior, also kind of not used that much in my deck because I have Imperial Iron Wall, but until I draw Imperial Iron Wall, sometimes Drill Warrior will kind of help me stall out for a little bit until I get it. Turbo Warrior, I don't really use it that much at all, but it's always nice to just have it. Scrap Dragon. I can be able to select 2 cards on the field, one my opponent's, one in mine, and destroy both of them. Since I run, I'm able to revive my Quill Bolts quite easily. I usually just pop a Quill Bolt in one of my opponent's monsters and then bring the Quill Bolt right back. Nitro Warrior, I only have 1. I kind of want to run 2 because I have, I'm able to use my Dandelions and my Quick Draw Synchron more than once. Then I have 3 Stardusts, just because Stardust is a great card. It's a little weak, but with the Hyper Synchron I'm able to boost it up. Double X Saber Gotham's, I've actually brought this out quite a few times. Unbelievably, it's really awkward when I'm able to bring it out because my friends just completely drop their jaws. Like, I can't believe you brought it out. But yes, I can do it. 2 Black Rose Dragons, just got my second one 2 days ago. Not really looking for a third one. I think 3 is just too much clutter. Um, one X-Saber Urbellum, just level 7 Synchro. One Bryonac, good level 6 Synchro. Mistworm, I bring it out quite a few times because of Cyber Dragon and Junk Synchron. I'm able to special summon Cyber Dragon, normal summon Junk Synchron, and then I'll probably get like my Tuning Wear, Synchro for 9, and get to draw a card and return 3 cards to the hand. Really good for this deck. Goyo Guardian, good level 6. And the last card, Colossal Fighter. Just a great 2,800 monster. I usually use it when I'm facing some decks that run Honest or like a Blackwing deck since I hate Kalut so much. Alright, well that's my fun Synchro deck. I hope you liked it. Now remember, it's not a tournament winner, it's just for having fun. So this is Cameron123, 3123, and I'm out.